you know, Schumpeter, again a capitalist economist, talked about creative destruction, that periodically, as new technologies develop and new needs arise, that business systems and economic systems need to be remade, creatively destroyed and remade. We don't need a buggy whip industry anymore, we got automobiles. And the buggy whip guys may not like it, but they ought to switch to making automobiles if they're going to have a future. And so what always happens in those periods of transformation is that some people oppose and some people see the future. We went from mainframe computers to MIDI computers to PCs. And as we went through those transformations, different companies succeeded. DEC and Wang and companies that were the mini computer companies didn't understand the potential of the PC, and so you had the Dells and others who developed it, right? In some cases, companies do make the transformation and they go with the future instead of the past. So we have a similar situation with clean energy and energy efficiency. You get some companies now, like GE and there's a bunch of others, who are saying, I want to go with the future, and I'm going to invest in wind, I'm going to invest in solar, I'm going to invest in these things that I know are eventually going to be the future. And you get others who say, I'm going to try to defend the past and stick with what I got and fight in Congress to prevent the future from coming. And I think in this case, in the case of energy and clean energy, we have a public interest in bringing the future faster because of global warming. I mean, we know that if we don't bring the future faster with clean energy and with energy efficiency, that it's going to have a tremendous economic and social cost to people. And, that therefore we have to accelerate the process of that future coming. And that's why government has to especially play a role in this revolution. It played a stimulative role in the internet revolution, but in this revolution it has to play a much more active role, because the negative consequences of not doing so are going to cost governments and people and economies tremendous amounts. And there have been so many reports written, and thousands of scientists through the International Panel on Climate Change have established that the world is warming. They've established what the impacts of this can be, and there's only now a few dissident scientists left. But the overwhelming 99.9% opinion is very clear on this. Economists like Nick Stern, who've done serious work on this, have said, we could lose 5 or 10% of our GDP in the next 10 years, 15 years if we don't act, because of all the major dislocations. And if we spend 1% of our GDP to bring the transformation faster, we'll save 10% or 15% of our GDP. So there are enough studies out there, and what we're trying to do as the Climate Initiative is make it real. Because, it's very important that the global leaders, the political leaders, agree to set targets to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Very important they pass legislation that try to put a price on carbon, because it does have a price for the society, to help speed the transformation. What we've said and what we're doing is say, even after that's done, what you're still going to need is real projects that demonstrate at large scale how to do this, what the business models are, what the government model should be, so that government money gets spent well, carbon credit money gets spent well, and ultimately the businesses can move into this in an accelerated way and make this happen. And so that's why we focused on these projects. And we've worked on energy efficiency, clean energy, and the third area we're working in is on forests, preserving forests around the world. Because what we as a human race have been doing is at the same time that we're putting all this CO2 into the air, which is poisoning the atmosphere, we're cutting down the forests, which are nature's way of taking CO2 out of the air. And so we're making the problem worse on both ends. And so we have major projects that we're doing in Indonesia, and Cambodia, Guyana, Africa, and the tropical countries to help preserve forests and create economic models for preserving forests. So that's what we're up to, and we're trying to make our contribution. It's going to require a lot of different groups working in a lot of different ways to make a contribution. But what we do is we do these projects, we can measure the direct impact and say there's this many millions of tons less of CO2 going into the air because of the projects we have done. And then we're creating these models which we can spread to others so that we can have a multiplier effect that multiplies the impact of what the direct projects we're doing accomplish. And that's why when we show that we can do an integrated waste management project in Delhi in a very complicated, large city that's never had waste management. What we did in Delhi is the first waste management system in the whole of Southern Asia. And we showed that it can work, and it's actually returning a profit to the commercial developers. It's saving the city money, and it's working in terms of, making Delhi a cleaner place. And now there are 10 other cities in India ready to do it. And as soon as we finish with the project in Lagos, Lagos, Nigeria is a place with 21 million people, that city, growing 1.5 million people a year. And they had no waste system. And we're putting the first integrated waste management system there, and we're now doing it in Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, and we have requests from a bunch of other African cities. So our goal is to try to create these models and then spread them, because that's where we're really going to get at the problem.